Hello and welcome to today's yoga practice where we're going to focus on cultivating balance both in the body and the mind. We'll begin by coming into a comfortable seat. Rest the hands in the lap with palms facing upward. Close your eyes and begin to ground yourself by listening to the sound of your breath. There's no need to change it. First, observe. Notice how you're arriving on the mat. In our fast-paced world, balance can often feel elusive, but through mindful movement and intentional breath, we can learn to steady ourselves amidst life's challenges. As we begin our practice today, let's reflect on these words from Donna Farhi. In an unbalanced world, yoga is the art of listening to the heart and finding our inner equilibrium. This reminds us that balance isn't just about balancing the body on the mat, but it's about finding stability within ourselves no matter what the circumstances. In today's class, we'll explore poses and techniques that challenge our physical balance while also nurturing a sense of calmness and clarity within our minds. We'll start by balancing the breath. Exhale completely, and then breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Continue with that deep breathing as you float your eyes open and make your way into a tabletop position with palms underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Neutralize your spine and extend the right leg behind you to the height of the hip. Turn the toes to face out toward the right and then pull the right leg forward in line with your hip. Lower that foot down to the earth. Keep the palms under the shoulders. Pull the low belly in. Tuck the left toes. And then very softly, mindfully, begin to press your hips back and walk the hands forward. So almost like you're coming into a child's pose. Opening up through the right inner thigh, as well as stretching through the left toes, opening up through the fascia. And notice the tendency here to fall out of balance even while we're on the floor. Notice how the body has to make micro adjustments to find its balance. Just become the observer of those small adjustments that are constantly taking place to keep you in balance. Breathe as you witness. On your next breath in, walk the palms under the shoulders, press the hips forward, And we'll lift that right foot off of the earth and mindfully swing it around behind you, toes face down to the earth. On an inhale, we'll re-extend the right heel. This time, bend the right knee. Think of pressing the right heel up toward the sky, so engaging the glute. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, tap the right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, press right heel to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. And then back up to the sky. One more time, knee to elbow. And then heel toward the sky. This time straighten the right leg. And we'll step that right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Come off of the left knee, straightening the left leg. Pause here in a runner's lunge. And then we'll walk all the way over toward the left, coming into Skandasana. Right toes will face up toward the sky as we sink into the left knee. Hips sink back behind you. Hands can rest at heart center or extend in opposite directions. Left hand reaching toward the mat, right hand reaching high. Find your balance as you rest here. And then lower the right hand. Come through center, walk to the top of your mat. Place one hand on each side of the right foot, lengthen the spine, and then straighten through the right leg. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Modified pyramid. Inhale, hinge forward into a lunge. And exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale to lunge. And exhale, press it back. Lengthening through the right leg. Inhale, lunge. And this time, step back, find a downward facing dog. Hips reach high. Heels sink down towards your mat. Let's lower the knees back to the earth. Extend the left leg behind you. Face the left toes out to the left and then pull that leg forward in line with your hip. Lower the left foot to the earth. Tuck the right toes and then begin to press the hips back slowly, mindfully. Hands can walk forward. We've got lots happening in this posture. We're stretching through the right toes, opening through the left inner thigh, releasing the upper back, and breathing deeply. On your inhale, walk the hands under the shoulders, rise back up. Untuck the right toes and extend the left leg behind you. Find your balance, pull the low belly in, lift that left heel and bend the left knee. Think of pressing the heel up toward the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, tap the left knee to the left elbow and then re-extend heel to the sky. Knee to elbow and extend. Knee to elbow, crunch it in, pull the belly in. This time extend that left leg long. And then we'll step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Come off of the right knee, walk all the way over to the right. Sink down into the right leg, flex the left toes up to the sky. You can begin with hands at heart center or extend arms in opposite directions, letting your gaze follow that top hand. Let's lower the hands to the earth, Walk through your center line, come back to the top of the mat, one hand on each side of the left foot. As you exhale, fold forward for our modified pyramid. Inhale, lunge, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lunge forward, sinking the hips. Exhale, folding, stretching the left hamstring. Inhale, lunge. Plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Big breath in and big breath out. Now breathing in and out through your nose, begin to equalize the inhale and the exhale. Gaze forward and then step to the top of your mat, hands inside of the feet, coming into Malasana. So knees open wide, feet point off of the mat. As you inhale, rise up, reach the hands overhead, interlace the fingers except for the pointer fingers. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop the hands over to the right for a side bend. On your exhale, drop to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale down through Malasana. Hands at heart center, plant the palms, and walk or jump back. Float through our first chaturanga, elbows tucked in tight. Inhale, up dog, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Each time we come here, it's an opportunity to come back to the breath, equalizing the inhale and the exhale. Finding balance in the breath will help find balance in the body. Hop forward into Malasana, hands at heart center. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, and exhale, drop to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, Malasana. Plant the palms. From here, we have an opportunity to take an arm balance, or you can stay in your Malasana. For the arm balance, create a shelf with the elbows at a 90-degree angle in line with the shoulders. Rest the knees on that little shelf and float the feet. You can walk or jump back and then flow through your chaturanga sequence back to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, walk or jump forward into Malasana. Arms reach high, little hint of a back bend. Exhale, drop to the right. Inhale through center and exhale to the left. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, Malasana. Optional crow pose. Gaze forward if you're in crow pose. Take a breath in and shoot the legs back as you exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk or jump forward, Malasana, hands at heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale, hands through the heart, Malasana. Know that you can stay here or take that crow pose, gazing forward, finding your strength and your balance. Shoot the legs back. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward dog. Big breath in, big breath out. The poet Rumi says that life is a balance of holding on and letting go. So see if you can equalize the holding on of the breath and the letting go of the breath, and then let that practice move into your practice on the mat. Gaze forward, walk or jump to the top of the mat, feet touching this time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, arms sweep alongside the ears. Shift the weight into the right foot and lift the left knee, cross it on top of the right, coming into eagle pose. Cross the elbows, left arm underneath the right. Cross at the elbows and at the wrists, and then pull the hands away from your face. Sink down into your chair pose, keeping the spine straight. Tip the elbows down to meet the knees. Don't be surprised if you fall out. Just come back in, rise back up, and as you exhale, elbows meet the knees. Inhale to rise, and exhale, elbows to knees, finding your balance, cultivating it here on the mat, knowing that we find balance sometimes by falling out of it. Let's release the eagle legs, keep the arms, sink down into chair pose, and from here we'll take a twist. We're going to be bringing the elbows to the outside of that right knee in our eagle bind. Sink back into the hips and just let the elbows meet the outside of the right knee. Find a point to focus your eyes upon. And then lift the left knee and step the left foot back. Uncross the arms and we'll take a simple twist. Left hand to the earth, right arm to the sky. Gaze follows the right fingertips. Open through the right arm all the way across the chest. Even let the neck be loose as you gaze up to the sky. And then let's lower that right hand, place it on the low back, on that sacrum, just to bring awareness to the fact that we're allowing this twist to initiate from the mid-back, so not the sacrum, but really opening from the mid-back up to the top of the spine. Re-extend the right arm high, and then exhale, lower the right hand, fold forward as you straighten the right leg, coming into a pyramid pose, staying on the ball of the left foot. The hamstrings are very tight here. You can place blocks underneath the hands. See if you can release the spine with little to no weight in the arms. Give your body time. Inhale, gaze forward. Come back into our runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm reaches high, back into the twist. And then exhale, lower that right hand to the inside of the right leg, and let's rise up for warrior two. On an exhale, reverse that warrior, right arm up and overhead, left arm resting lightly on the left leg. Inhale back through warrior two. Stay here and breathe. Notice the tendency to want to move on right away. See if you can be here and cultivate balance in your breath, even as you rest in a strong posture. Notice the tendency of the mind to chatter, to move you out of discomfort. Can you practice just being in something that's not comfortable without the mind reacting? Let's straighten through the right leg, heel toward the left foot in a bit closer. On an exhale, reach through the right hand, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. One straight line of energy from the right fingertips through the right shoulder, up through the left shoulder and out through the left fingertips. So really think of stacking left shoulder directly on top of the right. If you find that that left shoulder is jutting forward, then just walk that right hand up on the right leg a bit higher, or perhaps use a block under the right hand. Take a breath in and a breath out. Coming back to Ujjayi breathing if you've lost that. Synchronizing inhales and exhales. Gaze down toward the earth. Bend through the right knee. Bring the left hand onto the hip and we'll come forward into a half moon pose. Feel free to place a block under that right hand. Extend left fingertips up to the sky. So once again, stacking shoulder on top of shoulder. If you'd like to bend the top knee, you can reach back and clasp that left foot with the left hand. Think of opening through the heart, through the chest, and find your balance, even if that means falling out of it and coming back into it. Notice that balance is not static. We're constantly moving and adjusting. Let's re-extend the left leg if you have that knee bent. And slowly, with control, see if you can balance for just a moment with the right fingertips off of the earth, off of the block. And then mindfully step back into your warrior two. Exhale to reverse that warrior. Inhale and exhale. Plant the hands on the mat. Take a few pulses forward and back. And then we'll hinge forward, coming into a warrior three pose. So left heel in line with the left hip, toes face down to the earth, hands at heart center. And then slowly, without touching the left foot to the earth, if you can, rise up and pull the left knee into the chest. Engage the low belly. Reach down with the left hand, clasping the big toe or the outside of that left foot. If you can't quite reach the foot, ankle or knee is fine. You can have the knee bent here. Right arm up and overhead. Engage the low belly, that Mula Bandha. Pulling the energy up and in. And then let's slowly open the left leg out to the left, right arm to the right. If you'd really like to play with balance here, you can gaze out over the right fingertips or just close your eyes for a moment. On an inhale, let's come back to center and then hold on to the knee or the ankle or the foot with the right hand. We'll come into a standing twist, opening left arm out to the left as you extend the left leg forward. And then let's slowly release. Don't be surprised if you fall out. I did. That's okay. Just come right back in. And we'll come through our warrior three, hands to heart center. Lower the palms and then rise up for crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the palms on the mat, step back, pause, take a big breath in, engage the belly, and then come on down to the elbows. Elbows directly under the shoulders, core is pulled in, and then let's spin over to the right. I like to cross the right arm across the mat. Extend left fingertips to the sky, coming into a side plank on the elbow. You can extend the left arm up and overhead. Just keep lifting through the right side of the body. And then come back to both elbows, back to a dolphin plank. On an exhale, press back into dolphin pose. So just like our downward facing dog, except we're resting on the elbows and forearms. Crown of the head magnetizing toward the earth, sit bones magnetizing to the sky. On an inhale, lift the right foot up high. Stay here and breathe. Exhale to lower. Inhale, left foot up to the sky. Take a breath. And lower. Reset in your dolphin pose, and then drop the knees down to the mat. Spread the knees wide. Take a few breaths in a wide-legged child's pose. Coming back to the balance of the breath. Inhales and exhales, the same length. Wayne Dyer said that a balanced inner calmness radiates from a peaceful center. It's like a gentle light that can heal the world. Connect with that peaceful center as you come back up onto your hands and knees and find a plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward and walk or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take that length forward. Inhale, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink deep into the hips. Arms reach alongside the ears. Begin to shift the weight into the left leg. And then gently pull the right knee up into the chest, and then tuck the right knee on top of the left. Cross up the arms, this time right arm underneath the left. Crossing at the wrist. As you exhale, let the elbows kiss the knees. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale to rise. And exhale, folded eagle. Inhale, rise, and then exhale. Release the legs, but keep the arms as they are. We'll take our twist with eagle arms, so elbows come to the outside of the left knee. Initiate the twist from the mid-back. You might not twist as far as you would in a traditional chair twist, that's okay. Find the balance and the beauty of this pose. Lift the right knee and then step the right foot back, staying in our twist. Breath in and then breath out. Release the arms, right hand to the mat, left arm to the sky. Simple, easy twist. Open through that left shoulder. Keep the left knee aligned over the left ankle. And then lower that left hand to the sacrum. Be mindful that the sacrum is finding balance and the twist is coming primarily from the mid-back through the upper back. Re-extend the left arm and then place it on the earth. Straighten through the left leg, folding into pyramid. Stay here and breathe. On your inhale, straighten the arms, and we'll come back into our twist, left arm to the sky. Lower that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Spin the right foot flat and inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale back through warrior two. Let's pause here. Check in with your alignment. Left knee stacked over the left ankle. Right foot is flush against the mat. Think of pressing into the pinky toe edge of that right foot. And then straighten the front leg. Heel toe the right foot in a footprint. On an exhale, begin to hinge forward, coming into triangle pose. Stack the shoulders. Think of pulling that top arm back behind you. So opening through the right shoulder. Let your gaze follow the right fingertips. Press through the pinky toe edge of the foot. See if you can feel this all the way through the right side body. On your next breath, exhale and release that right hand to the hip, bend the left knee, and we'll come forward into our half moon pose, finding a block and placing it under the left hand if you'd like that for support. Right arm to the sky, right foot in line with the right hip, and if you'd like to bend the right knee and reach back with the right hand, clasping the ankle or foot, feel free to do so here. Notice how you're constantly adjusting to your balancing postures. Nothing static here. Always adjusting micro movements. And let's release our hold of that top foot if you have that. And then just for a breath, see if you can play with floating the left fingertips off of the earth, engaging the core, and then slowly make your way back to warrior two. On an exhale, reverse that warrior, and then windmill the hands down to the earth. Come on to the right toes, pause here, and then we'll hinge forward, coming into warrior three. Right heel in line with the right hip, one straight line of energy from right heel through the hip, out through the shoulder. And then without touching right foot to the earth, rise up and pull the right knee into the chest. Reach down with the right hand, clasping that right knee or the right foot or the big toe. Straighten the right leg. Inhale to sweep the left arm up and overhead. Find one point of focus as you open the right leg out to the right and the left arm out to the left. Pull the right leg back through center. Hold on to the right foot now, the outside pinky toe edge with that left hand, and then open the right arm out to the right for a twist. Gaze follows the right fingertips. We'll make our way back through center. Just float the right leg all the way back into a warrior three. And then step the right toes back. Sweep the arms overhead for crescent lunge. Lower the hands to the earth. Step back into plank pose. Pause here. Take a breath in. And then come on down to the elbows as you take a breath out. Elbows directly under the shoulders. Pull in the belly. So really important to engage the belly here so we're not putting pressure on the back. Let's cross the left forearm across the mat and sweep the right arm up to the sky as we spin onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot, coming into our side plank. Right arm reaches up and overhead. And then we'll come back to center into our dolphin plank pose. Let's hold here. And on an exhale, walk the feet in, coming back to our dolphin pose. Inhale, right heel reaches high. And then lower that down to the earth. Inhale, left heel reaches high. And lower it down. Walk the feet back. Once again, coming into our dolphin plank pose. You can interlace the fingers here, or palms can rest flat against the mat. Either variation. Belly is pulled in, breath is deep. And then let's lower the hips, coming into a Sphinx pose. Open the heart, open the chest. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Notice the balance in your yoga practice between the dynamic poses and the poses where you're receiving more energy. So we're giving energy, then we take the time to receive energy. So important to balance our practice. Otherwise, our practice can just be a source of fueling the imbalances in our own lives. So always balance the breath, balance activity with stillness. And then let's slowly release the hands underneath the shoulders, rise up into upward dog, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Receive a deep breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And one more time, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's lower the knees down to the mat. Come into a kneeling position and then spin onto your sit bones. Extend the legs in front of you. Bend the knees. And make your way into a boat pose, Navasana. So legs can be straight or knees bent. Keep the spine long. Pull the belly in. And then bend the knees. Give yourself a great big hug. Rest your forehead on the knees, rounding the back. And then we'll slowly make our way down onto our backs, rolling down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging out the spine. And from here, we'll lower the feet down to the mat, knees facing up toward the sky. Let's take the right ankle and place it on top of the left knee. Hug the left knee into the chest, coming into a figure 4, opening through the right hip. Winding down our practice, settling the breath, settling the mind. We'll slowly release left foot back to the earth. Reach down with both hands and clasp the ankle or the foot. Straighten the right leg and then straighten the left leg on the mat as you hug the right toes toward the face. Open the right arm out to the right. Hold on to the inside of the right foot and then tip the right leg over to the left as you gaze to the right. Straight leg, spinal twist. See how much you can let go. Just receive the pose without having to aggressively push toward any end. Be here. Let the pose do the work as you rest. Pull the right leg back to center. One more time, hug it in toward the midline, and then release both feet to the earth. This time we'll take the left ankle, place it on top of the right knee, hug the right knee into the chest, coming into figure 4. On your next exhale, release the right foot to the earth, straighten the left leg, clasping the foot with both hands, straighten the right leg. You can hold on to the ankle or the back of the calf if the foot is not accessible. Stay here. And now hold on to the inside of that left foot with your right hand. Open the left arm to the left as you tip the left leg over to the right. Gaze at the left fingertips, taking our straight leg, spinal twist. On your next inhale, come back to center, clasping the left foot with both hands, hug it in, and then release. Pull both knees into the chest, give yourself a great big squeeze, forehead to the knees, hug everything in like a tight little ball. And then exhale, let it all go, release. Come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Arms comfortably wide apart, let the feet fall open. Give yourself permission to be here and rest. It's so important to balance the activity of our life with moments of rest. Sometimes stepping back and finding balance is just as simple as stepping outside of the busyness, finding a sense of spaciousness and peace. Let the Shavasana be that space for you. On your next breath, begin to reawaken the body, introducing gentle movement, stretching the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Hug the knees in and gently rock yourself up to a seat. Find a cross-legged position, keep the eyes closed. Rest your hands on the knees. As we come to the close of our practice, take a moment to acknowledge the balance you've cultivated today, whether that was steadying yourself in one of our balancing poses, finding the synchronicity of inhales and exhales, or simply just showing up on your mat. Know that each effort contributes to a deeper sense of equilibrium, both in the body and the mind. Remember that balance is not fixed, but it's a continuous responsiveness to what your body and mind need in every moment. As you move off of your mat and back into your day, carry this sense of steadiness and balance with you. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Let it go. Namaste.